Am I audible? Whoever is there on the line. I'll not be speaking much because I did a video already. I just wanted to keep you posted on where these positions are there. On the Nifty side, I have reduced the position size quite drastically when it reached about 90,000 loss, and I have moved 25,050 to 25,000. In fact, I closed that entire trade on the sell positions, and then I have re-entered all the trades again. That is to obviously safeguard any of the spikes and other things. That's the main reason. So right now on the Nifty, I'm at 25,300 CE, and then on the PE side, I'm at 25,000 PE. As I said, I have moved from 25,050 to 25,000 PE, which I felt is more safer. In fact, as of now, these two positions look a lot more safer compared to what I was there earlier. I think that's all. And on the Bank Nifty side, monthly positions I will show. Monthly positions, if I remember correctly, I'm still at 26,000. I'm not going to change that. And on the PE side, I'm at 25,000 PE. Again, that's tomorrow's expiry, not monthly expiry, because I just want to capitalize on faster theta decay there. So that's the main reason. But I think 26,000, we have plenty of time. So as I said earlier, if it breaks 25,500, that's where I will be a bit worried, which did not happen. So I in fact had shown that in my previous live today morning, so you can have a look at it. I have put the one condition here, which is in case the spot price goes more than this one, I'm going to sell this 514 net P. That is the only condition that I have. I think probably it will get executed. Yeah, I did. So this I will exit in case if it retraces back. Payoff chart I will show in a minute. In fact, here you get to see, but then it's not very user friendly. So synthetic future actually 51410, which is shows some bit of a bearishness. So it had hit the 524 and then again came back. That's the reason I had put a stop loss here. But then the reason I wanted to do this is I have a heavy loaded CE here anyway. Even if I start selling ATM strike price, I can always make this as a straddle down the line. So that's the plan there. So again, this is, yeah, I think there is a sum up more. I think we need to keep an eye. So this is the payoff, and it's not very user friendly, but then it's 5.3 something. I'll show in sensible in a moment. No, I think, see, it's all trial and error, right? So we do not know what's going to happen. Never it's going to be easy. So I can't give any credit to myself. It just happens. That's all. So 62 here, in case if it hits, I'm going to exit this at about half of the quantity. That's the plan here. So this is one more screen as asked by you. I will show you this is the PAP chart. I think this is a lot more easy to understand. So this is basically I had put some CE higher. The reason is in case if there is an up move, I will exit the sell position, and then hedge I will keep it a lot more quantity. The reason is in case if there is an up move, I'll be able to get some little money. That's the main reason. And if you're part of the morning trade, this was actually 4.5 lakhs losses. Right now it's kind of cooled down. I think the 67, and also I have reduced the position size drastically, while I still am holding the these hedges right now because I do not want to exit and then again buy them. It's a cheap hedges, so that's the only reason, and holding. There is no other reason. And one secret I will tell you now. So if you go to oops, let me stop. Give me 1 second. All right. So only I thought I'll tell you one little one. So here, if you look at this is 5 minute chart, right? So there are two lines here, which is 50 MA, and then there is 200 MA. So I was waiting for this 50 MA to break, and that actually broken right now. So in case if you get a few more candles, there could be some up move. And obviously this is the one of the resistance here, which is about 5,500. I think this is something that I'm carefully watching. Usually if this breaks, the up move would be quite drastic. So, and also now it is 200 and then 500. This is 5 minute chart. Let's see how it's going to all right, so let me stop screen and present share screen. All right, so this is again trade flow. So right now I had put one more condition in case if it is greater than 51444, I'm going to sell some more PE, which is 51400 PE. The reason was if I sell that, eventually I'll be able to make it as a straddle. So that's the plan. So right now this is obviously profitable, and this I think let me just check in my other machine. What is other machine? What is happening? BankNifty PE. Yeah, I think it gave about 5,000. Not a massive money, but I think that's all right. Yeah, this trade I think sold for about 51. Right now it's about 48. And as I said, I had put one more condition in case if it probably I'll reduce it a little bit. 36, and in case if it actually breaches this number, the spot price, I'm going to sell this in some more quantity. I think I'm left with yeah, I think I'm left with some good funds anyway. So I think I'm left with probably 20% of the capital still. So I'm not going to deploy that right now. I will deploy once the time comes. All right, then any questions from any of you? No, right now I did not put any. Suppose if you take these two legs, right, there is no SL, but then this I had put. The reason is I am because I'm also monitoring right now. But then I'm also watching the chart at this point of time. So in case, let's say if, yeah, again, this actually the 50 MA I was showing on the 5-minute chart, it actually gone down. So until unless I get a very solid confirmation on that, I will not put any stop losses here. But then right now I'm only worried about this particular one. The other I kept a bit open. The reason is if I put stop loss and everything, when there is a spike, then it will get everything gets vanished. So that's the only reason. It's a bit of a selective stop loss on one particular leg, and also this quantity is quite low. And I think that would probably, even if it, let's say if it hits, I'm not going to lose massive money. And then obviously this is the CE heavy loaded, right? So that's the reason I had put. But however, having said that, let's say if it goes up, I need to be a bit worried. But then I have a condition here in case if it actually goes beyond 436, I'll actually reduce it now because I see 2-3 consecutive red candles. I will again go back to the 1 second. Let me just check what is the DMF. This is actually 50 MA on 5 minutes candle. It's actually 51429. So I will put some, yeah, I think this 436 is okay. There is some about 5-6 points or 6 points above that. So in case if it actually breaches that, I'm going to sell 51400p. That's the idea. But then having said that, in case if there is a injections kind of a thing, all these things will go for toss. This is for a normal well-behaved student scenario. But then if the market behaves quite badly, then we can't do much. Manas Mohanty, are you from Orissa? No, my suggestion is if you're not doing discretionary, I wouldn't suggest you to trade after 2 p.m. because if you simply put SL, it will get hit from both the sides. So that's the reason I wouldn't suggest you to. First of all, if you're not monitoring, do not trade after 2 p.m. If you're monitoring, anything automated will really burn you quite badly. So you'll have to do very strategic way to exit. In case if you want to exit, I would actually suggest a staggered exit. For example, if you have 100 quantity, at certain stop loss you would exit, let's say 30, another certain stop loss you would exit 30, and then one more stop loss you would exit 40. That way, even if it is a false break up or down, you'll be able to really recover the losses a lot more easily. Awesome. Which place in Orissa? I did travel multiple times to Orissa. I was in Cuttack, Puri, Bhubaneswar, twice actually. It's a nice place. So there is one more green candle, which in fact I think this for this we need to keep an eye. 430. Great stuff. Very good morning. Actually, Prabhu, it's a good afternoon, I think. Yeah, this actually had hit now because there is a absolute spike. So let me put one more. I think there's going to be some spike now. So that's what I could guess. And let me add some conditions now. So here I'm going to exit 1/4 of the quantity in case if it hits 28. Yeah, Prabhu, good afternoon now. Actually, it's 12 o'clock, 12:21. Mhm. No, algo I can use, but then currently what is happening is there were too many stop losses, right? So that's the only reason. Algo can also work, but I'm more comfortable doing manual at this point of time. No, I am not a non-directional trader. I do directional as well, but then the position sizes would be a little skewed. So there was a that again that spike actually sold out right now. That's what I would see. I could see. Yeah, this is the golden line that I was saying earlier. So at least for me, this line is either make or break for today. I think there is, it's falling down a little bit. Yeah, as I said in the morning, I was in the 25050 on the Nifty, but I have to exit. Mainly reason, the reason was there were like a huge quantities. I do not want to take a lot of risk on Nifty today. That's the reason. So, Manas, what I suggest is, let's say you put a target for day, right? So, and then let's say if you are getting some good percentage, even if it is 0.3 or 0.4 or 0.5, just exit and then exit the trade and then do not do anything. I think that's absolutely all right. If you are working professionally, I know it's not going to be easy, because I was also trading as a working professionals, and monitoring this would be quite challenging. That's where I used to put a lot of manual, sorry, algo or automated trades, right? So, but then beyond certain point of time, it's difficult for you to manage. So I think if you're working, then I would suggest you to put some time frame or the profit target, and then once you get that number or the time, you should exit. So right now, uh, I don't consider myself as a full-time trader. The reason is I also run a startup right now. So I mean, I do some coding. Right now, I'm the only person, right? So I do build some website and then the coding and other things I'm doing right now. So never a full-time trader. I never intended to be one. So let me show. I think the chart is important. Yeah, chart is important. I think chart is coming again. Yeah, this line, I think it's hovering between these two. I think that's what is happening. Yeah, I think there was up move again. That's a good up move. So right now I have put one more condition, which is in case if it crosses above 51448, I'm going to, so that is this number. So it's actually 51450, I think. Let me change that. In case if it crosses 51450, I'm going to sell some more C, some more P rather. So that's the plan right now. Let me also quickly show my positions at this point of time. So Bank Nifty, so this is this I'm going to keep adding. I'm not going to touch this for now. I'm going to stay here 51600. And anyway, this is in profit. This is little bit profit, not much. And let me go to this one, open interest ones. Yeah, 51500 seems to be quite big candle. Sorry, not big candle, big open interest, big resistance. But then expiry trades, anything can happen. So right now, I think it feels like between 5,500 and then 5,300. But then I'm sure all of us experienced Nifty yesterday. So we can never trust these numbers. So we'll have to wait and then watch. In fact, if you're not part of the morning trade, this particular one I have entered when Bank Nifty was at about 5,280 or so. That time the price was quite high. It was pretty much in the morning. So yeah, somewhere here I did enter 100 or somewhere. So that definitely gone back to 20. Though the quantity was less, it's able to give quite a bit of a money at that point of time. So I did the average out. That's the reason the price has actually is showing a little lesser than the original price. All right. So as I said, I have one condition right now. That is there are actually three conditions rather. Let me go back to my other screen.
You've disabled this skill. Please enable it in the Alexa app.
Thanks for tuning into Profit Insight.
All right, so I have three conditions here. One condition is if it goes greater than 51450, I'm going to sell few more PE, and then this one I'm going to exit this PE in case if it touches 57, and I'm going to exit off of the quantity, and then I'm going to exit 1/4 of quantity in case if it touches 28. And I do not have any exit criteria for this. The reason is I already have one here for PE. I'm going to hold on this. So anyway, I'm on profits on this one. So yeah, that's which I will do. Right. So how did I manage? Yeah, it was a very difficult day, sir. So yesterday it was actually bad, not even difficult. Maybe let me show you this, right? So yeah, yesterday, if I have to go to 5-minute chart, right? This is mid cap. So yesterday, say at about 245, right? So I was on I think 23,700. Not able to recollect right now. I think 23,700 C. That's what I remembered. So that I have to exit again, staggered exit, and then the PEs I have to move a little bit closer. So somewhere here, I think somewhere here, I thought it's going to stop here, which it did not. And then I have to sell. I sold 23,800. That did not work against small quantity. But then when it reached here, when it came out, I know that it's going to come back. So I started selling 23,900 somewhere here. That really paid off. So actually here, when it reached here, I was in losses of about 12 lakhs, I think. And I could recover pretty much everything. And within 30-40 minutes, so it became zero. But then it was a very, not so stressful, but it's a little difficult time. That's all. So what's happening here? 57.25. So this actually, it's a trailing stop loss. That's the reason it actually, earlier it was 28. Right now it became 27. But actually, I'll again move back to 28. That would give us 17 to 34, right? So 34 minus, okay, that's fine. I think it's close to about 60%, I think. 46. Good noon, Sai. Good afternoon. All right. I will actually stay for another 5 minutes and I will take some rest. Sir, please DM me in Twitter. What is this? So it's actually, you can go to the site trade-2. I have been using this for the last 2 years or so. It quite useful for me from the trading perspective. I mean, if you have a larger quantity and then you want to put a lot of conditions, it would be quite helpful. But then you need to be really, really quick. I mean, generally what happens is when there is a spikes, right? It's like operating multiple buttons very quickly. So you need to be a lot more quicker compared to your normal user interface. But it's quite useful for me. Anand sir, nice to see you back. I believe you're joined from Ranchi. Muhammad Fazil, what is that emoji means? I do not know. Chiru, it's tradeflow.in. Have a look at it. It's a site. All right, folks, any questions from any of you? I know it's boring for you to look at the screen. It doesn't make any sense to most of you. What is your experience? Do you use all good trades? What is your experience? Balu Karilla must be from AP or Telangana. So I worked in software industry for about 25 years and I chose to leave the job last week. Not because of trading, but I think I did post in Twitter as well that I did reach my FIRE number. In fact, a lot of people got confused. I reached the FIRE number, which is the financially independent trader early through the trading, which is not true. It's mostly from job, salary, definitely from stocks and mutual funds. So there is one interview coming up very soon. So you got to see. So software side, I did start with mainframes and I did quite a bit of a coding on Java, .NET, Python. In fact, started with COBOL and natural database and Java, Python, COBOL, and I did a bit of a Rust and also in the latest. So Twitter ID is option seller 100. Option seller 100, you can look at it, Twitter ID. Yeah, I think I'm on the flow. So I did some bit of a Flutter and React, Angular. So pretty much, I think coded about 10 to 15 languages. And I got a leadership role back in 2013 or 14. But still, I used to code. And that's what it is. And finally, I chose to resign and just stay at home. I think that's the plan right now. And do use algo trades. I did write Python code to run on angel broking. But then these are all algo. There are two ways, right? So one thing is you would actually do a probability trade, and second one is you would actually do a chart based trade. Probability trade is you take, let's say any day you take, let's say 1,000 points up and then down, you start selling strangles and then obviously with hedges. You can put some predefined SLs, and then if it works, it works. It doesn't work, they will exit and then come out. So, or otherwise you can do chart based. I did the probability based. They used to work last year, but when last year November onwards or January, I think this year onward, they stopped working. So the stop losses were hitting both the sides. So that's where I had to really stop that. Right now I do manually. Kunal Jagdap. Want to start option selling. So the first thing is the capital, sir. Capital, I would suggest at least minimum 25 lakhs, and without that, I would not even encourage anybody to get into option selling. At least when I started, I definitely used about 1 crore or so. Otherwise, your time and other things would not be worth if you sell, let's say, 1 or 2 lots, and it doesn't make any sense. And then after that, you just need to see at the end of the day, it's all the price PEC, right? So start experimenting and then doing some positional trades. And then once you know adjustments, whatever you are doing in the positional trades, you'll have to do it in the day trading. Day trading is quite challenging. I would not encourage anybody to get into day trading unless you have done positional trade for at least a year or so. You would not really get there. And then, yeah, once you know the adjustments, I think you can definitely get onto day trading once the time permits. At what time can we expect? I do not know, Sadananda, nobody knows. So maybe at 2 o'clock, we do not know. So are you full stack like me? Absolutely, yes. I did code. But as I said, 2013 onwards, I was in fact, I became a manager very early in my career, 2008 or so. It's not required for me to do coding as part of my job, but then as my personal interest, I used to still code. So. But Anand, I can tell you I'm not as good as you. Definitely, you must be really good. I just do as a hobby coding. All right, big data engineer, very good, awesome. So Balu Karella, which place you belong to? Malapuram, nice. It is okay to please. Oh, of course, I use pledge. I actually use all pledged money, nothing else. And in fact, a lot of times people ask, what is ROI, right? Technically, for a seller like me, there is no ROI because it's a free money. There is nothing like there is a return on investment. So, okay, nice. The Amalapuram. I never had been to that place, but I know that place. I think I already answered in the earlier, probably 5-10 minutes ago. So check that once, Muhammad Fazil sir. Machine learning on stock data, good. I think I actually use this one, right? Large regression channel. So linear regression that usually works, and have a look at it. I think can build some models around. I think there is a I think Marco chain. I think that is a probability model. It's basically what it does is it will look at the probability model. Let's say if you're analyzing 5 minutes candle, it will tell you what is the probability of next candle is going to be green or red. Depending on that, you can always take a call. But then, yeah, Indian markets, as I said, I mean, that is for the markets where there is no manipulation. But at least in the expiry day, in my view, they may not work, because if somebody is manipulating against the human nature, then it wouldn't work. But usually the models are always modeled around the normal human behavior or the nature, right? So that's where you need to be a little cautious. That's all. But I think the generally linear regression, other things would mostly work. I still suggest, sir, you need to have probably build about 25 lakhs. The reason I said 25 lakhs, even if you have 10 lakhs, right? So my suggestion is to trade with only 5 lakhs, positional trades. And positional trades, by the way, you will have to pay interest if you pledged. And then the remaining 5 lakhs you need to obviously put into cash. If you start with 50% of capital, you would remaining 50% you will use for adjustment. So that's where I said if you actually put about 25 lakhs, you can use 12 or 15 lakhs for initial trade, and the remaining 10 to 12 lakhs you can use for adjustment. So that's the reason I said 25 lakhs. How do you manage pledge stocks if like Corona fall comes? I think the Corona time, if let's say if one more, Corona is a probably not even a black swan, right? It's the rarest of rare. Probably, I would think, I hope so. None of us would actually get to see that kind of a pandemic again in our lifetime. I hope so. So that point of time, obviously the margins would definitely fall, but then there is a good and bad. So those days, what would happen is, at least I was trading in Corona time anyway. I know the margins would actually, the premiums would drastically increase. So today, for example, let's say you can see the BankNifty premium, right? 51600 C is about 16 rupees. During the Corona time, this would have been probably 100 rupees at the same price. So even with the less margin, you'll be able to do that. But that's the reason when the market falls, the VIX, the premiums would be higher. And so the VIX would be higher, and that's where you'll be able to. Mohammed sir, I already said in the same video, you need to go a little bit back and then see that. Otherwise, people will get bored. I have explained probably 15 or 20 minutes ago. Please do check that once. All right then. Any other questions from any of you? How will you manage your pledged stocks? Like, so, okay, let me explain again. So, not answer the question properly. Okay. All right. So let me take this again. So what happens, let's say when it comes to, I mean, actually it happened Corona time, right? Market obviously went down by 50% at point of time. So what happens is, let's say if you are pledged for 1 crore, just for the argument's sake, with the haircut, you will get about 80 lakhs. And then when the market becomes half, your margin will become 40 lakhs. I believe so far so clear. But then when it comes to, if you have to use that money for options, those days option prices, I was giving an example. Right now, this is let's say 17 rupees or whatever premium. In the Corona time, for a same 200 points difference, the premium would be at about 100 rupees. So now your margin requirement obviously would be very similar, but then you were actually able to sell options, same thing, say with the same margin, but then higher price, right? So then technically, it will not have a lot of impact on you when it comes to pledged money that point of time. In fact, using the 40 lakhs, so those days 40 lakhs today is probably worth of probably 1.2 crores. So I'm not talking the inflation, I'm mainly talking from the margin perspective. So let's say if that doesn't happen, and let's say premiums, nothing has increased, then we will only have 40 lakhs as a margin, not the 80 lakhs. Obviously, the reason is stock value actually gone down. That's how it works. I hope Nikhil got that is clear. If it is still not clear, we'll have to do one-to-one meeting. So if it is still not clear, ping me in Twitter. I'll probably do a call or something. So Kunal, the simplest strategy is 1 second. Let me take up Kunal's question first. So Kunal, so the simplest thing is strangle. I think that is evergreen strategy anybody uses, and I can probably. I'm not sure if how long are you following me, but I did make a video on the positional trade for working professionals. You can have a look at it. I will in fact show to you the strategy that I'm doing right now in one more my. All right, so this is angel broking, right? So this is the strategy that I did some time ago. This is a simple strangle where I have sold. This is monthly expiry 26,000 CE, and then you also have the. I did the. I mean, I used to have the monthly PE, but then I have exited them eventually. So right now I'm at 5th September expiry. 25,000 PE, and if it actually expires above this tomorrow, I'm going to make some money, but otherwise that's all right. So far the strategies gave 5% returns. Actually last month it's about 7%. Previous month also about 6% in a month. And this does require massive. I'll not say massive, but definitely decent adjustments that somebody has to do. I did make one video on the positional trade, so when you get time, I suggest you to watch those videos so that it will be useful for you. Let me look at my positions right now. I think it's all right. So I think this is still hovering around this 50 MA. Let's keep an eye on that. In case if it breaks, let me know if you're watching. Let me take next question. So let's say I only have pledged margin and then no cash equivalent margin, and I lose 1,000. How will broker charge me for this loss? Will they sell off 1,000 rupees worth shares? Okay, good question. So I think it's better to, to answer your question straight away, yes, of course, they will sell off those 1,000 rupees worth of shares automatically. But usually I would expect you to have that cash, which you would probably lose. So generally what would happen is, let's say if I pledged for, just for the numbers perspective, right? If I pledged for 1 crore, and then I get about 80 lakhs as the margin. And then let's say one day I lose, imagine that I do not have any cash, just for the argument's sake. I usually keep some cash. Now, let's say one day I lost 10 lakhs, for example. Usually I will not allow the broker to do that because they will randomly sell off the shares, right? So I will go to any of the profit-making shares, and then I will sell off 10 lakhs worth of shares that day so that they will actually take out that money. But usually what I'll do is I'll keep some money. For example, let's say 5-10 lakhs or 20 lakhs or whatever. That day I tend to put a cap saying that I'm willing to lose only 5 lakhs or so. In case if I lose, that's absolutely all right. I hope that answers your question. Kabibullah sir. Okay, let's go back to Chiru again. Chiru, are you from Andhra Pradesh? Could you please suggest any intraday strategy for intraday working professional is very difficult. I mean, you can definitely do strangles, but then the strangles used to work earlier. Probably if you asked me this 2-3 years ago, I would have said 9:15, you put a strangle, go to your work, by 3 o'clock, you will get your money. But today it's not the case. You will definitely lose money if you do that. So for working professionals, I always say, unless you are monitoring, if you can monitor, let's say at least passive monitoring, then only you'll get into intraday. But otherwise, I would not suggest you to do it because you will lose money. Japanese market after fall, if you won't recover, your pledged stocks become half. In that case, we lost. No, you do not lose your money. Why do you say you lost money? Just that your own money, your own stocks, right? Just that your pledge will reduce. That's all. It's like stock value has reduced, so obviously you'll get only that much margin. Okay, Kunal. Okay, started following you recently, sir. Currently trading stock futures and wanted to learn about option selling. So Yeah, I think futures and futures is little tricky. Futures, what happens is there is no time decay, right? The variables in futures are very negligible. You buy it, and then if it is a bullish day, you would buy it. If it is a bearish day, you sell it. But otherwise, but options got too much of a complication and the variability. So I, as an instrument, I love options mainly because there is too much of an experimentation that you can do. But when it comes to futures, as I said, you just either buy or sell, and then if your strategy goes well, you make money. If it doesn't, you lose some money. That's all. But you can also do, Kunal, you can do futures and options combination, right? You can do covered call kind of a thing. You can buy a future and then you can sell a option. It will act like a covered call, but have a look at it. It's basically buying a future and selling a call option. That's a beautiful combination. How much experience do we need for becoming a professional option seller? I think my view, it would take at least 1 or 2 or maybe 2 to 3 years or 1 or 2 years, at least 2 years. It would cover most of the scenarios. But I must tell you, from 2020 January, I have been trading every day without fail. Good day, bad day, cyclone, doesn't matter. But I have been trading. So in fact, yesterday also I was saying, even when I was traveling, I used to take some trades, and also the heights of the trading, I was actually once traveling back from US to India. I did trade in the flight. They usually you get the internet there by paying $100, sorry, $10. So I did not miss any day. So do that, and obviously have some good capital and try to do daily. That's where you would get it. And all the best to you. Jayesh Kuru, brother, how lucrative is intraday stock selling? I have been doing since last week and getting consistent returns, more like zero. I think it's fine. I mean, so my view is, as far as you are making money, continue to do that. Only if you're losing money, obviously you need to come and then say, okay, I'm losing money, I need to change it. If it is working, I wouldn't suggest you to change it. And say at the end of the day, you need to make money, right? If you're making money, please continue to do that. And I mean, whatever works for you may not work for others, and vice versa as well. So the software you use, how much does it cost, and any other software you might suggest for fast? I think this is one I use right now. They charge about 60,000 per 6 months, I think. Yeah, around that. So I not remembered, but yeah, probably I think I paid for 1 year about a lakh or so, or more than that. I'm not able to recollect right now, but definitely 60,000 for 6 months. BN features are attractive. I do not know, but how much is your highest loss? It's a big loss. Maybe DM me in Twitter. I'll tell you. Appreciate your trading style. Could you please let us know about trading journey in short? So I think there is one interview coming up. I'll probably share there a lot more in detail. And I think it's probably not a psychology, but what would happen is like yesterday's case, right? So suddenly when you see, so I was in profits for about 3 lakhs and then 3.5 lakhs either. And within 5 minutes, 3.5 lakhs profit vanished to 12 lakhs losses, right? That where you need to be really, you should not really shiver and then lose out your breath, right? You need to keep yourself calm, and then, yeah, say at the end of the day, money is money, right? So money is number technically. So I think when you get into those scenarios, it's all about not losing your cool, and yeah, doing what is right for you. So I think that's all. There is nothing beyond that as a psychology as such, right? I think you need to be little tough that point of time. You need to not to get into sadness and then try to do something. So as you said, while trading, we have to be like rock, and yeah, of course, yeah, there is. You should not really put into your emotions, right? So you should see when it is losses or even the profits also, I don't feel very happy. Losses also, I don't feel very unhappy. Not that I'm a Gautam Buddha or Mahatma Gandhi, but then say I will treat them like a number. So at least as far as I'm trading, I mean, obviously when I'm doing my monthly thing, I will definitely see whether I'm making money or not. That's a different thing. But while trading, you should only see them as numbers, and then if you're making money,
It's
that's
13
great.
hours.
If it's not making money, that's absolutely all right. There is something got executed. Okay, off of this is gone. So let me put one more off here. So somehow market is actually not going up, which is not good, but that's all right. So I will tell you, because I just had 2-3 initial discussions with I'm sure most of the YouTube channels that you know what I'm referring. They are quite popular. That's what I can tell you, because I can't tell you right now because it's just that confidentiality, right? So once I think I do the interview, obviously I'm going to share with you. Yeah, I think you just need to hide your emotions. And I remembered some people telling, at least 1 or 2 people I met, some people said that when they lose money, they're very angry, and their family would come to know. But in my case, my family wouldn't know whether I lost money or gained money, right? So that itself is a good way to say that they would never ask whether I gained money or lost money. So I think that my view, that's a good indication. If your friends or family saying that they're not able to really know your losses or profits, I think you achieved the nirvana. Nikhil, I think that's absolutely true. It's a manipulation without any doubt. And is intraday. I think it is. See, at the end of the day, it is stressful, at the same time rewarding, right? So stressful in the sense you need to look at least 5-6 different variables. That's what your brain has to really work hard. A lot of times people ask, right, what is your ROI? So ROI is just not on the money that we invest. So ROI is also the time that we spend, the energy that we spend, and also the brain has to go through quite a bit of a turmoil. I would say turmoil is probably the right word, right? It has to get into quite a bit of a calculations on the fly. You need to do everything. So I would actually say that this is like doing think like you are a pilot, and then you are actually navigating the flight through some turbulent environment, right? So that's what it is. There is going to be definitely some bit of, it would be unfair if I say that there is not going to be stress, but there will be definitely some stress. But as I said, the more you do, the more you practice. It's like very similar to you go and then, let's say if you're playing cricket, right? So you go and then face a absolutely fast bowler who is bowling at 150 kilometers per hour. I mean, every ball is going to be a tension and then stress, but you will not run out of the field, right? So you'll have to face it. I think great example is Tendulkar. In the age of 16, he was able to really do that. I think Wasim Akram or somebody faced. I think same thing here also. Market will have definitely a lot of challenges, and it's at the end of the it's risk and reward, right? I think if you are able to take it, you will gain money. If you're not able to take it, you will lose money. That's all. I think very good questions. I think I did share those Kranti. If you're interested, I will again share with you. So this is what it is, and this anyway I do not monitor much. So it's a very slow process, and eventually I think they'll give money. I hope so. Let's see. Yesterday, if you're following me, yesterday this was at close to 48,000 losses, right? So with the today's fall, it definitely came down, which is in fact good news. Let's look at the chart itself. Let me go to 1-day chart. Yeah, so the price has gone on from 61 rupees to pretty much like 40 rupees, which is quite good. Still, I think it is in still losses, but that's all right. So I think probably tomorrow or day after, it would probably become positive. So that time I'll have to tackle this. I have a capital of about 80 lakhs, not able to generate any profit. What strategy I would employ? I think selling, as I said, straddles, strangles. I also suggest positional trades. And generally, if you're even not good, but even if you're average with option selling, you will be able to make at least 2 to 3%. It's like blindly you can make it. So if that is also not making, there's something wrong. You'll have to get into the basics of option and adjustment. And my suggestion is to, if you never traded and if you never did option selling, do not get into directly into day trading, which is, in my view, not worth. This is, I think if you're referring to Angel, yeah, I mean, technically it's, I didn't contact, but generally I say strangle because the hedges are like given, right? I would not do any trade without hedges. And I think you can definitely start experimenting yourself, Kunal. So, as I said, even if you do a simple strangle with obviously always do it with hedges, you will be able to see how it works. And then initially, if you are trying to learn an experiment, maybe you do perhaps 1 or 2 lots and then see how it goes. And if you do not want to put your own money, you can always do paper trading, right? So that's all I would suggest. In fact, Sensible got this, what is this, draft portfolio, right? So just put there and then see how it works, and definitely. So I think it depends on the day. Some days I do C only, and then some days I do skewed strangles. Very rarely I do straddles. It depends on the market. If SEBI, that's okay. I mean, we always have the. I mean, I was in the market before this daily expiry was there, right? So it's not going to hurt much, and I'm absolutely all right. It's okay. I do not personally, I do not want to worry where I do not have control, right? So I can't go on and influence SEBI. So if SEBI says that do 1, 2, 3, I will do 1, 2, 3. That's absolutely all right. And this is applicable to not just me, everybody in the world or everybody in India. So fine, that's okay. Nothing we need to worry. That's all I can tell you. So I think this one, it actually moved up a little bit. Let me see what is happening. Yeah, this, oops. Yeah, 50 MA in fact came down, and then right now it is at about 5,400, which is good. It actually moved a little bit up, but right now I think we'll have to see what happens from here. All right, I think right now I'm looking at 51,500 as the expiry, but let's see how the things would happen. And so this is 100 DMA, just in case this is going to be a bit critical on the bottom side at least. All right. Thank you so much, Sumit Patil. Much appreciated. Are you from Karnataka, Sumit? So positional selling, typically you would not put stop loss. The reason is the only risk that you get is overnight risk, like today. I mean, ideally would not put stop loss, but generally the way which I would look at is I would put at almost like 200%. So awesome. Thank you so much. Are you in border to Karnataka somewhere, Sumit? Okay. Kabul, hi from New Delhi. Nice, sir. Thank you so much. Generally, again, going back to the position, I usually do not put stop losses. The reason is, as I said, the only risk that I would be worried is the overnight risk, right? So once the market opens, so I think we'll see. And most of the times, I put such a way that there is not much of a not much of a thing that we can do, right? So that's the reason. I think, yeah, thanks, Mayank, much appreciated. I'm not going to put that real name here. No, there is nothing like seller's day, buyer's day, Sai. So it just was it VIT, Sumit? For education. Okay. And I think, see, either buyer or seller, what would happen is if there are no spikes, absolutely all right. So I think it just, there got to be some, okay, awesome. So my guess is right. So one of my guess is wrong, but the second guess is right. I was in Hyderabad for my education. Okay, that's great. Where did you study? Mayank, I think. 1 second. Mayank, where did you study? Hyderabad. Okay. That's okay. No need to answer out of curiosity, but that's absolutely all right. I lived in Hyderabad for about 4 years, so I know that place quite well. Awesome. Great stuff. You are very highly educated, Mayank. You should take a session to us how to become a good student. Okay, let me show my other screen. Where do you stay in Hyderabad, Kunal? I think this is a current status. So when is the next meet? I will first let me do the first meet and then I wanted to see how it goes. So I have increased from 5 to 10 people right now. So I think I'm going to meet them this weekend and then let's say, oh, currently Manikonda. Awesome. I used to live in Gach, not Gachipal. What is this? Nallagandla, Aparna, one of the Aparna properties. So Manikonda, take care. I think when it rains, it's definitely a little dangerous there. So do not come out. So what is this 12% monthly or 1-2% monthly? Can you explain that, Mayank? Yeah, I think I'll definitely travel to Hyderabad once. I was there a couple of 2-3 weeks ago to meet relatives, and yeah, I'll definitely come to Hyderabad. We have a lot of relatives there, so. So Mayank, I'm not clear about your questions. Are you saying that can we get 1-2% monthly? If the question is that, answer is yes. If you're saying 12%, the answer is absolutely no. Tirupati, I was there last, I think 2 weeks ago. I in fact studied in SV University campus, so I like that place as well. I have fond memories of Tirupati. Yeah, this you can get. It's very easy. 1.5% you can get. In fact, if you're not getting 1.5% per month, you should quit trading. There is no meaning. Yeah, so Nvidia, as I said in the morning, it lost about 10%, so close to 290 or 260 billion US dollars on the market cap. And I do have Nvidia stocks. Out of my US portfolio, it's all gone down. But that's all right. So it will come back. Nothing to worry. Today I did not check. Usually I check my portfolio only after the market hours, not during the market hours. I use End Money. It's a relatively straightforward process. Check that app once. No, I think my suggestion is always at least until you get 30, 35, 40, focus on the job, build your career, and make money and invest in stocks and mutual funds. Once you get good money, I think that's when you need to get into doing and other things. Until such a time, I wouldn't suggest you to do any such things. So one of my PE got executed, I think. So job is very important. Kunal, do not look at people like me and then try to get into trading, which is, I believe, not worth. You can do some small trades here and there, but definitely do not get into day trading, and then you end up losing a lot of money, and it's not a very stable income, right? So, and again, I wanted to make it very clear: the money that I trade, I'm willing to lose, and even if I lose probably a crore or two, I'm fine with that. I still will have a luxury life. And yeah, if it makes money, that's great. If it doesn't make money, I'm okay. So, but I want to really caution this. The reason is a lot of yesterday or day before yesterday, somebody pinged me, right? So some students, they got money from their parents to pay fee and then buy books, and they pretty much lost the money, and then they did not have anything, and there are a lot of money trading. So that's those things I would not encourage you to do that. Yeah, I think one second, what is happening? Okay, I think this condition is try to sell, but I do not have enough funds. So, all right, let me look at what is happening. So I think there is a some up move on the BankNifty, and I do have a condition here in case if it touches 21, I'm going to exit. So agree. What I suggest is you continue to do the positional trades that would not really interfere with your job, right? So, and then you can definitely make money combination of stocks, mutual funds, and then positional trades. There is a lot of money there. So, not that you need to get into day trading until unless So I think probably only one thumb rule I'll put is if you are getting 3 to 4 times of your salary every month, then you should definitely look at quitting the job. But until such a time, you should not. Yeah, I think that makes sense. But as I said, futures is very straightforward, right? So when you get time, I think you should learn options, and then that's where you will probably enjoy trading. Futures is like, I'll not say child's game, but it's very easy, to be honest. Nifty, but lucky BNF is not moving. Okay, good, Mayank. So options, my view is like doing a painting, right, on yourself. But futures is like taking a picture, photography. It's straightforward. So I'm not undermining photography, by the way, but options you can play around quite a bit. I have a strong in BNF. That's good. What are the numbers, Mayank? I think probably this is the longest live trading stream I did so far. That's what I realized. I thought I will do for 10 minutes and then log off, but there were a lot of questions. Strangling BNF, all the best. Even if you say the numbers, I will not say good or bad because I can't. But all the best, whatever it is. So what is time now? Okay, 1:21. So I think we should be very careful at about 2 o'clock. I think very similar. I have 51700 CE, but then I have some close piece, but then my quantities are a little different. So oh, that's great. So you are a good boy, Kunal. Much appreciated. I think that's what you need to do because job is absolutely important. So not because either a good gainer money or not, right? But I think job will be able to add to the GDP. So that way it is good. Banks are moving up. That's good. I think at your age, job also gives you a lot of opportunities to meet with people and also travel countries. I think that my view is a valuable experience. So I wouldn't really encourage anybody to quit their job and then get into full-time trade. Even if you're making money, it doesn't matter. Let me look at my portfolio screen. All right, it's okay. So we have only one condition now here. If it is, let me reduce to so I think the previous high was 51463. 5145. I'll actually put that only 5145. If it crosses above, I will sell some more. This is a hedge. Okay, that's great. Much appreciated. I'm done for today and okay, that's good. And happy birthday to you again. And tomorrow you enjoy. Although that 1.3% translate to, if it is translating to 1.3 lakhs, give us give us some money, but otherwise enjoy your birthday. I think in the previous stream you said your birthday is tomorrow. That's what I remembered. All right. This is actually, let me look at the chart once. So right now on 5 minutes chart, let me go to 15 minutes and then see what is happening. So 15 minutes also, this 550 MA has actually crossed. Maybe 30 minutes. I think all the 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So everything is above 50 DMA. But no, chart is not visible because I'm not showing, but DM me on Twitter. I'll see if I can find some time. Yeah, this is what I'm referring. So you have, I mean, ideally day trading, you should look at only these, right? So you take 5 minutes. Above, this is 200, this is 50, this is above. And then the 10 is also above. And 15 is also above. And then you have 30 is also above. So pretty much everything is above this 50 DMA. Chiru, can you check my one of the YouTube video? I think I did probably I did 3 videos. When you get time, have a look at it. See that. Okay. All right, guys. I said guys because I think everybody is a guy here, definitely. I think that's all. So let me log off now at about 1:30. Another probably couple of minutes, I think. Maybe. I think if you're enough in IT, my career suggestion is do a lot of coding. I think that is very important, and do not leave the coding, whatever you do. I do not know Brito. I think I take one tick at a time. So let's ticks happen. So let's see. So I trade anonymous. Sorry, I stayed anonymous for now, and yeah, me Twitter will probably tell you how much decay is still left in the positions. And thanks for the birthday wish. I do not know. I think that 2 o'clock there could be some bit of a issue, but I think if we're able to pass the 2 o'clock thing, my view should be all right. Bharat, can you please DM me on Twitter? All right. So can you also make a video on cash management, margin for pledging shares? Max can be 50% and 50% cash or equivalent. So no, this is actually not true. Sorry, Makrand Kumar. Sorry, I said it is Markand. So see what happens is, I mean, I'm only talking from the Zerodha perspective, right? So other brokers could be a little different. So Zerodha, what happens is the pledged shares, whatever the money, let's say I'll again give an example, right? So if you pledged, let's say 1 crore, you get about anywhere from 75 to 80 lakhs. The entire 80 lakhs you can use for selling as a margin. Obviously, you can't buy. To buy hedges, obviously, you need to have the real money. And then if you're actually doing the day trading, there is no interest. All the margin comes to you for free. But then if you're making positional, that's where your 50% requirement comes into picture. Let's say you did a positional trade worth of a margin of, let's say, 80 lakhs, just for the argument's sake. So positional trades, what Jiroda would expect is you should have 40 lakhs as margin, 40 lakhs as cash. And obviously the remaining 40 lakhs is margin anyway. And then if you do not have the 40 lakhs as cash, and let's say you got 10 lakhs as cash. So now on the 30 lakhs, you'll have to pay interest. That interest would be 12.75 per year. So on a day, it will come to 0.017, something like that. And let's say if you do not have 10 lakhs cash also, then you need to pay interest on the entire 40 lakhs. That's how it works. Take care, Mr. Mayank. Have a great day. All right, then. I think that's all from... Sorry, I lost my voice. That's all from my end for now. And be cautious if you're trading. I think we're left with another 2 hours, I think, approximately. So watch out at 2 o'clock, 2:30, and then 3 o'clock. And if you have some trades, try to exit before that. That's all I can say. Have a great remaining day. Bye-bye.